What's going on, Start a Business for Cheap? This video today is about conquering personal finance. I'm going to start giving you some basic tips from my man Dave Ramsey, the 7 baby steps which I think are key, and I'm going to add some more things on top of that. Number 1, start with an emergency fund. If your tires go flat, if something goes wrong with your engine, if something comes up, your kid's computer breaks, whatever it may be, have $1,000 in your emergency fund. Me, myself, I would try to have up to a year's worth. Because the reason behind the $1,000 emergency fund is that usually an emergency doesn't cost over $1,000, but you never know. You know, I have way over a year's worth of emergency funds, so I wanted to take the word emergency out of my life. But if worse comes to worse and you just need to have something, $1,000 is sufficient just to help give you some cushion so you can get rid of that credit card and cut it up and not use it. Because that emergency is gonna carry on to you for a long time. You know, some people use credit card for their trips and all this other kind of stuff, and they go on a trip in February, and 3-4 years down the road, you still paying on that trip. Bad situation to be in. Number 2, pay off all your debt with the debt snowball, which is from smallest to largest. So whatever if you have a bill that's $50 and you have a bill that's $5,000, pay the bill that's $50 first. Why? Because you build momentum. It's like you are, when you conquer small things, this is why it's good to actually do small things. When you conquer small things, it gives you the motivation to keep going and do other small things. And before you know it, you're in a process of just finishing things. So pay your bills off from smallest to largest so you don't get overwhelmed. Number 3, Dave recommends to go back to that 3 to 6 months and build that emergency fund up to that amount. Good idea, But like I say, for some reason I like the year. It may be hard, but if you got to go deliver pizzas, whatever you have to do to make yourself move to a higher level as far as money, do it. Don't do this, well, I work my job and I'm tired when I get home from job. So what? You're tired. You're trying to become successful. You put yourself in this situation, so get yourself out. And it's going to take momentum to get out. All right. Number 4. Dave says invest 15% of your household income into Roth IRAs or pre-tax retirement. Me, myself, I really don't believe in that because for me, business is a much better investment. The reason why I say that is because I don't know what some returns are on a Roth IRA and things like that, but I guarantee you they're not 1,000% in a year. I invested in the business this year, I invested in the hot dog cart, and that brought me over 1,000% return on my investment. Sounds a lot better than the Roth IRA, doesn't it? I nothing against the Roth. I'm just saying that if you pick the right business, sometimes you can accelerate a lot faster. What else do we have here? If you have kids and you want them to go to college, start now. Start when they're born. Don't wait until they get 17 or 18 and try to take it out of your budget. Just put a little bit aside. They have college fund IRAs and things of that nature, what are college fund investments that you can put money in. But start when they're born so you don't have to struggle and get a second job. Because it's like this, some people who celebrate Christmas, they wait until Christmas to buy all the presents. Right? When they know that Christmas comes at the same time every year. Same thing with college. You have 17 to 18 years to prepare for that. You have that gap. But if you sit around and procrastinate until they're 18 years old, you got a problem. What else do we have here? After you get done with that college fund, for those of you who have homes, hear me well on this one. If you have a home with interest, I really don't really like that. But if you have a home with interest, your goal should be to pay your home off early. What's one way to do that? Make an extra payment. Pay every 2 weeks, because that will go as an extra payment a year, which will knock 7 years off of your home if you had a 30-year mortgage. 15, I don't know the exact calculation, but it definitely will knock some years off. If you have money for an extra payment, I talked to a guy of mine who was a student of mine, and he said, look, he got to a point where he was doubling his monthly payments. Then after that, he was tripling them. Then he was quadrupling his monthly payments, and now his house is paid off. Can you see that intensity? He just saw that. He was getting closer and closer and closer and closer, and he was trying his best to get it, and he made it. Now he's in his 40s, and he's debt-free completely. What a wonderful feeling to actually have a chance to go into your 50s and 60s and not be in debt. Some of your parents are in debt because they didn't do the right things in order to set that strong foundation with finance. And last but not least, what you should do is build your wealth and help other people out. Give back. There's something that a lot of people say about giving. If you give, you will receive. Your money, it's the law of the universe. Your money will multiply. Trust me, it's happened in my life. Learn to give back. And I'm not saying give to someone who can actually do great for themselves. Give to someone who's just being lazy. No. Give to a homeless person that may be mentally ill, or to a person that's handicapped, or whatever it may be. Or either just go, if you don't want to give money, donate some of your time. Go to a soup kitchen. Go somewhere. Just do something that'll make you feel great about yourself. And these principles right here are the basics when it comes to finance. What step are you in? If you've already passed this, then you're definitely on your way to being successful financially. So with that said, guys, thank you for watching this Start a Business for Cheap video today on conquering basic finance. And until next time, guys, signing off.